on turn 4. Performance Electronics presents the big dance. Let's dance. Shelby Hinton from the outside jumps to the early lead. Frank Flood second, Brian Carver third. They're through lap number 1. Kyle Spence runs fourth, and Alec Quiggle in fifth, followed by Colby Sokol, Caleb Sheetsy, and Neil Allison in car number 15. Out in front, it's Shelby Hinton. Louisiana, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. The top 7 running nose to tail. Trey Marcham on the move. He'll pick up 8th. Justice Sokol 10th. Grayson Springer 11th. Then Robbie Smith. And Brandon Rose. Dylan Cadis right now trails the field. Shelby Hinton with the race lead of just under a second over Frank Flood. Cameron Paul out back in car number 1 making some moves off turn 4. Hinton already out to a 1-second lead. Flood runs second, Carver third. Kyle Spence in fourth, then Alec Quiggle and Colby Sokol. Spin over in turn number 4. Spin in turn 3 and 4. Dylan Cadis running out back, goes around. Caution. Off the restart, Carver took a look to the inside on Frank Flood. Brian Carver making a move for second. Farther back, Shelby Hinton. Or made it Colby Sokol on the inside of Alec Quillen. Alec Quiggle, trouble down in turn 1 and 2. Several cars involved. Connor Wolf in car 0. Also the 25 of Justice Sokol, and I believe that's the 1 of Cameron Paul. Shelby Hinton leads. Now Frank Flood going to try the bottom. Frank Flood looks to the inside. Hinton staying up on the cushion. Carver runs third. Kyle Spence in fourth. Alec Quiggle 5th place ahead of Colby Sokol. Grayson Springer up on the cushion trying to move forward, bringing Robbie Smith with him. Grayson Springer and Robbie Smith trying to hook up and move up through traffic. Now the leaders back to the cushion. Shelby Hinton out in front. Brian Carver comes up to challenge Frank Flood. Robbie Smith has come all the way up into 8th. Then 9th is Neil Allison. Grayson Springer the top 10 at lap 15. Red flag, 1 car up into the fence. Shelby Hinton still leads. Colby Sokol in car number 24 down into turn 3 and 4. Tags the back of Kyle Spence. Gets half sideways, and Grayson Springer with a head of steam drives right by Sokol and Robbie Smith. Halfway for Shelby Hinton. Hinton leads, Flood, Carver, Spence, then Springer, Robbie Smith, Colby Sokol, Quiggle, Sheetsy, Cadis, Rhodes, Purdue, Bo Brandon, Justice Sokol, TJ Smith, Neil Allison, Trey Marcham, and Ron Dennis at halfway. Colby Sokol out front by a little over a second. Then it's another second. Back to the race for third. Brian Carver fighting with Kyle Spence. Aiden Purdue drops out in car 37. Problem for Robbie Smith. Robbie Smith gets in trouble and shuffles back about 7 spots. Kyle Spence around the outside makes a pass on Brian Carver. Kyle Spence and Carver still fight for third. Racing groove getting very high. Dylan Cadis in car number 12. Needs a yellow. He's one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. Race leader down the backstretch, catching the tail end of the field. Off 4, Hinton, again, a good restart. Flood chases him down, tries the inside. Frank Flood looks to the inside. Hinton gets away down the backstretch. Flood to following him through 3 and 4. 5 to go for Shelby Hinton. Frank Flood tries the bottom, but Hinton strong on the top. Flood gets a good run to turn 3. Hinton chops him off into the corner. 4 to go. Shelby Hinton, Frank Flood, Kyle Spence. Suddenly the bottom is the place to go. Shelby Hinton goes to the bottom and stretches out a lead. Now Flood has to go back to the top. Hinton off 4, back on the cushion, 3 to go. Shelby Hinton, Frank Flood, Kyle Spence, Brian Carver, Grayson Springer, and Colby Sokol. Off turn 4, Dubberly, Louisiana's Shelby Hinton 2 laps away. Flood down the backstretch. Can he come up with something out of his trick bag? He's got one more chance. Shelby Hinton back into 1 and 2. Race fans, up on your feet. The Performance Electronics Big Dance and $10,000 to Shelby Hinton. Hinton wins the dance. Flood for second, spins third, then Carver, Springer, Colby Sokol, Alec Quillen, Brandon Rose, Caleb Sheetsy, and Justice Sokol, the top 10.